Hi, people, and welcome to Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I just, it's already such like a, ooh, I hope everyone's doing good at home, listening to this. I'm actually trying out the two cameras, trying it out. Yeah, I paid for the AI to edit videos called Autopod. I actually paid for it. I just hate editing videos. I don't have enough money to hire an editor, so I was just like, you know what? I'll just um I'll just pay to have an AI do it for me. And it works really damn good. It actually does. I started a podcast called Time to Go with my friend Nick, and I used the AI to edit our first video, which is out. I'll put a link to the channel or to the video in the description below. But yeah, hopefully we can do a video every week. May honestly try to do more. I don't know. He's a really busy guy, so it may just fall on to we can only do two videos, like record two videos a week, which isn't bad. It's just I'd like to be putting out more content. So then that shifts me to trying to record a let's play for another channel called Fry Guy for Minecraft, like a commentary video or whatever. And I just finished recording the first video, and man, is it weird to film a let's play. I've already done I've already tried to record a let's play like not too long ago, and it was just like it felt boring, like it did. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. And then also like Minecraft and like the music, I want to add the music in post. I just don't know where I'm gonna get copyright free music. Maybe I'll just make some, and that'll be what I do. So maybe yeah, I don't know. Just like something that I've been thinking about a lot recently is like having energy to do things. And energy and confidence, I feel like kind of goes hand in hand sometimes, especially with like YouTube and recording videos and all that stuff. And so like I just had like so many ideas. I'm like, look, okay, we're gonna do a video a week on Time to Go, and then hopefully a video a week on Fryer. So I'm putting out maybe like 8 videos a month. And then on Fry Guy, I could do a let's play of Minecraft. I don't do anything. Like I really don't. Like my part-time job isn't really doing me that many favors, and so like I just have all this time. So I need to do something with it, right? So let me go to Minecraft and do a let's play, and it's a very humbling experience. I haven't even again, like I just finished it, like recording the first episode, so I don't really know how editing it is going to go. I don't think I can use the AI on that. I think that's just going to be me. So that'll be good for me to get some editing experience in at least. So yeah, probably gonna have to go through that some point sooner or later. I completely switched from Adobe Premiere to DaVinci. DaVinci's pretty good. That's like it's just free, which is good. It has like almost 60% of the like when you actually pay for it. It's got like 60% of that. So yeah, that's the editing update. But other than that, yeah, it's just like so much energy and so much confidence in something, and then it's like as soon as you lose that energy, all the confidence and ambition goes away too. Like I'm so low on energy. I'm so tired, and like trying to record that video, I was just like, hmm. So how do I entertain? How do I do that? And that's milestone. I just need to find something to do. And I can't record a video like this every single day. I'm going to run out of shit to talk about. So, yeah, it's just like you do it and then you lose all that energy and all that confidence into the project that you're working on. And then you just kind of feel like, well, that was a waste. And I hate that feeling. I hate it so much. Like the plan for me is this, okay? do YouTube, try to get a good amount of people to watch, get some good support, and then get enough money to hire an artist to make comics. That's literally the plan. And it's like, yeah, I got to put in effort. Of course I do. But it's just like, I graduated high school not even a year ago. And since then, I've had no schedule to do anything. Like, I've just been freeballing it this whole time. And now I'm just kind of like, shit, how do I do this? Like, how did I do school for 10 plus years? How did I do that? Like, how did I do school for 14 years? I mean, like, I'm doing college school right now, but all that's online. I don't really have like a schedule to go off of. And I did it that way because my big monkey brain was like, yo, let's not have a schedule for the first time in your life, you know? But now I'm kind of like, how do I do things? How do I make sure that I wake up on time, or like how long does it take to do certain things? When is the workday over? When is it? When does it start? So, yeah, that's kind of conflicting for me to figure out how to do stuff. So, I don't know. I just it kind of kills me sometimes when I'm like, I have so much time, let me write about comics and all that stuff, even though I don't have the budget or the ability to actually do it just yet. And then I'm like, okay, well, I spent all this time writing about comics. Why have I not been spending this time to record a YouTube video, record a Let's Play where I could actually put it out and get active feedback? So, yeah, that, I don't know. I need to try it for like a week. Try to actually schedule it for like a week, and then do that. Hmm. Invincible season 3 just ended. That shit was wild. Yeah, for people who haven't watched the show or whatever, spoiler or whatever, but Conquest, I knew that Conquest fight was going to be insane. I just didn't know, like, I remember back when season 2 ended, I immediately knew what was going to happen in season 3. I knew that we were going to have the Invincible War and Conquest, but I didn't think that the Invincible War would be one episode. I was kind of sad about that. I thought that it would at least be two episodes long. So that kind of threw me off. But then again, it's like the way that I think when it comes to storytelling, like it would make sense for the Invincible War to be like 3 or 4 issues long, because it's like it takes over the course of 3 days, I think. And then like the Conquest fight took a few issues. I'm pretty sure. I haven't read the individual issues. I'm collecting the compendiums right now. I just have the first one, and my dad's collecting all the issues. I think he has over half of all the Invincible issues. So I don't know, but my mind thinks when it comes to writing issues, an issue is an episode. So like sometimes they'll be full stories, and other times it'll like kind of bleed into other episodes, you know? So Invincible, they're taking like 6 or 7 issues and just cramming it into one hour episode, which like I get why. There's a lot of stuff to cover. And just finishing season 3, we're like almost halfway through. Or like we're about like halfway through of the entire thing. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab a compendium and I'll show how big it is. So this is an Invincible compendium. That's how thick it is. It's 47 issues from issue 0 to 47. I don't know why they put issue 0 in this. I mean, like, it's the beginning, but, like, usually, I don't know. But, yeah, like, this, I want to say we're, like, so there's 3 of them. There's 3 compendiums like this. There's, like, 6 librarian style or whatever they call it, but it's like a lot more fancy and a lot more like hardcover than this. So I'm not gonna go after those. I'm just gonna go after all 3 of these. It's just what sucks is that they're like $65 a thing. So I don't really have that money right now, but when I get the chance, I'll do it. Yeah, this goes all the way up until what's the last thing that happened in this? I think this is when they just then confirmed that Sinclair is making more Reanimen for the Pentagon. Like Oliver's alive and all that stuff, so like yeah. This it only goes up to 47. I think right now we just hit 50 or 60 something. So, yeah, I think next season we're definitely going to get the Village from My War. And probably the beginning phases of Robots Takeover. I don't know. I really need a refresh on it. And I'm probably just going to end up ripping the Band-Aid and buying the other 2 compendiums. Just so I have them. And I can read them before the rest of the show comes out. So I'm well more versed. But I need to read more comics because I'm not as versed in how to write them. Like I have scripts, but they're not like uniform. Like it's not like how a standard person writes a script for a comic book. So that'll be interesting. But when I start making them, I'm gonna probably try to do one every week. Like I'm gonna view comic books as a TV show. Okay, I'm gonna do 12 issues in a row, like 12 weeks. Okay, so that's like 3 months. That's 3 months of just nonstop comics like every week. Okay, that's gonna be like season 1, and then I'll do like a 2 or 3 month break. Maybe that'll be all right. 2 or 3 month break and then head right back into the 12 issues. But my thing is that I'm going to have like 3 to 4 artists working on it at a time. So if I'm going to do 30 pages a book, which some people do like 20, like Invincible does like 20 or something. Like if I were to have cuz I'm planning on all of my stuff to be 150 issues long. Like I'm planning out 2 superhero comic books, 2 completely different from each other. Each one's going to be 150 issues long. And then, yeah, just like that. So I'm trying to think of how many issues. So like if let's say there are 100 or 150 issues, 3 compendiums could easily do that. Like if we were to fit all of them into big compendiums, it would probably be a little bit bigger than this. And then like on top. So probably like this tall. But I'm probably going to split them up by my like season mentality and do like each little compendium is like 12 issues. Like let me go, hold on, wait. So I have Watchmen. I've read Watchmen. One of the greatest comic books to ever exist. And this is how big it is. It's about 12 issues. And I would probably say like I'll do that. Oh boy, you can't really see it from that angle, but like this, like it'll be like that big in comparison. And I want to say each issue in Watchmen is like 30 pages as well. I don't really know though. If you haven't like a lot of people kind of like sleep on comic books because yeah, like you get some of the weirdos that like don't shower for 50 days and they grow out their hair. Hey, at least I keep my hair clean, okay? I wash it. I wash it every couple of days. That's how you're supposed to wash hair. That's how you are. That's how a lot of women do it. It's you got to wait a couple days, let the oils kind of like build up, and it's really healthy for hair. It's just naturally healthy. And then you like deep wash it essentially. It's just a healthy thing to do. And if you do it like that, then it takes longer for your hair to like get more oily and dirty. So it's just a thing to do. If you have long hair, you got to do that. But yeah, you get the people that like don't shower for 50 days straight and they're all like just gross. It's like I get it. You can like comic books and read them and not be like that. Like I just go outside, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think comic books are a wonderful thing. They're really unique stories that you can look at, and the art's always interesting and stuff. But yeah, if you haven't read The Watchmen, read it. It is known as the comic book that broke comic books for a reason. It's like the writer Alan Moore. Oh my god, that man has so many like ideas. He also wrote The Killing Joke, I think, which also is like one of the most famous Batman storylines there is. And yeah, he wanted to write a 12 issue series called Twilight of the Superheroes for DC, and it would basically be I read the pitch. The pitch is like 15 pages long. It's a long pitch and it's all like single space too. And it's called Twilight of the Superheroes, where it would be the official end of the DC universe. And he would have all the heroes split up into factions and all that stuff, and like, just like cool shit. So I think what I could do is like after I've started a series and it's like going, and like I have enough money to fund it, like obviously, I'll uh I'll probably write Twilight of the Superheroes. It'll be non-profit. So like maybe I'll do like GoFundMe's and stuff and be like, well, I'm gonna pay, like, let's say I have like 2 artists. So that means they're doing roughly 6 issues. Um, each pay them each, like, I don't know what the average pay rate for an artist is. So maybe like 5,000 an issue, just to get like, it'll be a lot actually. Let's see, what's 5,000 times 12? Holy shit! I just threw numbers out of my ass and didn't even know how to do the math for it. 5,000 times 12, would that be 160,000? That'll just be 60,000. Holy shit. So, oh fuck. Okay. I guess I don't know what the average pay is though, but I take the average pay and then pay them like that, obviously. And yeah. And that'll just be like a cool community thing. I'll probably print my own, and then like I'll print my own issues and all that stuff. And then I could probably, I don't know how I could sell them. It'll be obvious copyright infringement. So maybe instead I get really good to where I just go to DC and I'm like, yo, let me write it. And then they're like, okay, boom. And then it's like perfectly fine. So I don't know. Also, I don't know if I'd want to do that 12-week consecutively. I think I'd want to do that like once a month and have that be like a cool kind of like year thing to go by. So I don't know. I love the idea of doing shit like that. Like I would love to write for DC and Marvel at some point. Like okay, but my thing though, if I'm gonna write Marvel, I want Spider-Man. Or give me a very like small character and I'll just make them like dope as hell. I'll make a new diverse cast or whatever, and like some pretty unique stories, maybe throw in some cameos, but it will be about them. And yeah, give me Spider-Man, dude. I'll do a 150 issue run. I'll do it. Give me 12 issues apart, and I'll do the seasons like that. I'll do it. Give me the funding, and I'll make that shit happen, and I'll make you millions. So I don't know. I feel like comics are kind of leaning into like who reads the stories. I mean, I do, but it's like my dad, he got really big into comic collecting, and just because it's something to do, something fun. He even got me kind of like stuck into it. Now I'm collecting the entire first volume of Doom 2099. I've got like half of it already, and then I want to go after the first volume of Moon Knight, and I've got like 4 issues. The first issue slapped at like an 8.5, I think, and it's like I'm looking at the prices, and I'm just like, some of this doesn't make any sense. Like, why it's so expensive? I mean, like, I get why it's expensive, but like, people will just collect them and not really read them. I mean, he's buying like the Ultimate series for Marvel this year for the past like year or two, and the Absolute series for DC. And like he's reading them, he keeps up with them. He's found some like smaller titles that like he's seeing are coming out like every month, and so he'll buy those and read them. He's got me reading some. So I don't know. It's just I feel like comics are kind of shifting from like, ooh, everyone read them to this is the first run. This is it. Like we gotta get it. I'm not even gonna read it. It doesn't even become that important until like 20 years down the road, where all of a sudden all of these freaking comics turn into a hit TV show. You know. So I don't know. I'd like to come out with comics and have like a really well-rounded community around them, to where it's like kind of it's pop culture. Like people get back into reading comics. But it's the people that are like, again, like are dirty and weird that kind of ruin it. And it's like you can enjoy the stuff, but like take a shower. Just take a shower, dude. Why you got to be dirty? Just be normal. Just be normal, dude. So like, yeah. I don't know. I think if I do this right, I could definitely bring a lot of that back. Shit, maybe I'll reach out to Mr. Beast and I'll be like, hey, dude, give me X amount of money and these comics will be really good. And boom, you got your own comic book line. Could totally do that. I don't think he'd want to, though. I don't think he'd see money there at all. I know Jacksepticeye's doing comic books. I need to go buy those. Like, I don't know how good they'll be. I mean, like, Jacksepticeye is like... Okay, think about it. Like, Jacksepticeye and then Markiplier, okay? Both come out with comic books. Markiplier has done more, like, story. Like, he's proven to be, like, really good at telling stories. And maybe Jacksepticeye, too, and I just haven't seen it. But, like, I'm just kind of, like, I'd lean more to buying Markiplier comics. Just because, like, it just feels like he would have a better story to tell. That's not knocking on Jack. It's just I haven't really given him the chance, but I'll try to go out of my way and read that. If I can find it, I'll try to buy them. I just know they're going to be expensive as hell. Same with Boy With Uke. Like, Boy With Uke, he's putting out his own comic series, and they're like 20, 30 bucks a pop. Like, calm down, dude. Calm down. Especially with how much money he's making off of music and like touring and all that stuff. It's easily sell it for like $2 or something like that. That's also what I want to do with all my like comics. I'll sell them at like $1 to $2, like low. So that way it's like by the end of season 1, you'd buy like, or you spend like $12 to $24 just on the first season. The only downside is like I need a lot of people to buy them in order to actually make profit. So that's where I'm like, could be a bit of a risk or whatever. I don't know. I like if I were to go back to the whole like doing a Spider-Man run, I would love to incorporate the voice actor for Spectacular Spider-Man. I think his name's Josh Keaton. Was that his name? Come on. Why can't you just give me the name? Yeah, Josh Keaton. I would love to incorporate Josh Keaton because I've seen clips of him talking about like when Spider-Verse 2 came out, of him talking about the character, and it seemed like he had thoughts and like ideas, and like he's really thought about it. Like a bit of a nerd, so I'd probably want to incorporate him. Put like my own name in it. I know that I'm forgetting all these names. I'm usually whenever it comes to like famous people, I'm usually the one that's like I know names. But okay, so Andy Samberg, I think this is right. I think Andy Samberg is coming out with his own comic book line with Image. Let me check. My dad sent me a screenshot of this not too long ago, and I was looking at the cover. Okay, yeah. Andy Samberg, Rick Remender, Joe Troman, Roland Bashi, then Moreno Denisio. I'm sorry if I completely butchered those names like horrifically. They're coming out with a comic book called The Holy Roller. It's like a bowling thing. But yeah, coming out on Image Comics. So that, like, it's cool when I see people do stuff like that. Like, I've always thought about this, okay? I've always thought about this. If I'm a famous person, okay? If I'm a famous person, like, either YouTube, movie, whatever, okay? Okay, a famous person of talent. So, like, actors, like Hollywood type thing. If I were them, why wouldn't I just make, like, music? Like, do movies and make music at the same time. You could hire people to ghostwrite for you and then make, like produce music, and then you sing. You already have like a shit ton of followers on Instagram and Facebook or whatever you use. Just like, while you're off making movies, have producers make you songs, or like make you beats, ghostwriter, and then as soon as you're done, spend like 12 days, and then it's just recording vocals, and then boom, you have like you have a whole album, you promote it, and now not only are you making money from doing movies and all that stuff, you're making passive income doing music. And it's same thing like with comics and stuff. Like, I'm sure that they're like busy as hell, but like there are some times where I'm looking at like people's like social medias, and I'm just like, when do you work? Like, I know you're an actor and you probably make like a shit ton of money off of one movie, but like, when do you work? Like, doesn't shooting usually last for like 4 to 5 months? Maybe even sooner than that. Like, I know, like Stranger Things, I got caught up on it recently. I had never seen it until like a few months ago, and I know that like Joe Keery does like like he has a band called DJO Joe, and they make really good music, and they'll even go out and tour and stuff. But like, I know that I think the last season of Stranger Things took like 8 months, and it's rumored that each episode is going to be like a 2 hour long film, which is fucking crazy. I would never do that. Maybe I would if I was ballsy enough and if I had more time in the field, but like, dude, I've written scripts before. I've written like a 60-page script. That is not easy. It's not easy to do unless you know like exactly like what you're doing. But like, dude, having a 2 hour film for an episode and having like 8 or 9 episodes is insane to me. So I think it took him like almost a year of shooting. So like, I understand if like Joe Keery can't like do shit because he's spending so much time filming basically like 8 movies. So I don't know. I'd love to, at some point, if I can have the Freyer be like a legitimate thing. It is a legitimate thing. What am I talking about? If I could have a lot of guests and stuff on, I would love to get him on. Same with Maya Hawk, because she also does music. I'd love to get them on and be like, what is this balance between music and acting? And I just don't know why more. I don't know why more people don't do it. Like, I know like a lot of famous people have like little side hustles. Not side hustles, but like they own different businesses that makes them passive income. Like Shaquille O'Neal, I think he owns Tire General, or he has something to do with Tire General, and then he owns Papa John's. I don't know. I think Icy Hot as well. I don't know. And then you also have like Tom Holland with Barrow or Biro. I don't know how to call it. I want to try it though. Non-alcoholic beer, which is kind of weird. It's just for people who like the taste of beer, which I don't understand why people would just like the taste of beer. I think it tastes disgusting. It just, ugh, why? Like, you know someone's fucked up when they're like, let me have a beer, you know? Like, they've drank so much to where they're just like, ugh, a vodka Red Bull shot? Nah. Get me a Bud Light. Get me a Bud Light, dude. Like, 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 yeah. I mean, like, I know I'm underage, so like I shouldn't be saying that, but like, I'm not promoting people to go drink. I just, dude, beer. I do not like the taste. That's grown up thing. And I could talk about that in a second. My quarrels with being a grown up. But yeah, no, like it's like and it's also like that one clip with Kanye to where he's like, I love Lady Gaga's music. What the fuck she know about cameras because she owns Polaroid or something like that? Like I just I understand that they do that, and it's like it's smart to kind of split up and do stuff like that. But I feel like some actors who sing for like musicals, I'm like, y'all could easily just put out an album or something like that, you know? Like you could easily do that and make so much money. If it's good. If it's good, then you're doing pretty good. But if it's not good, you're gonna get memed on bad. Just like KSI and Thick of It and all that shit. Like, mm-mm. No, I will say though, I had this idea before where what if this would be a pretty cool thing. I think Mr. Beast would like because later in the future if I get big and I'm making a good amount of money, I'd like to do a lot of charity based things. Like come up with a clothing brand where like 50% of all the proceeds go to charity. Like do shit like that. I've talked to a friend who lives out in Washington, not Washington State, who makes music, and we've thought about a company where we're basically a record label. It's like the Image Comics version of a record label, where like Image Comics is pretty much just like we accept your book, we have our tag on it, but you pretty much decide whatever it is with it. As long as you're making money and you're like as long as you're making us money, then we're good. Basically, like very very gentle parenting, but it'll be the same thing for like a record label, and but we wouldn't get a lot of their money from like streams and all that stuff. We would just help promote. So the idea would be we get really big on social media, we start this company, and then we pretty much are like, okay, put our tag on some of your stuff, promote us, and we'll promote you. And we would go after like smaller artists. So basically, it's just like, hey, we see this person on TikTok has like 5,000 followers. They make pretty good music all by themselves. We've made sure that it's them, and then we're like, okay, do you want to work with us? And if they say yes, then we film an entire video, put it on a YouTube channel, introducing who this person is, and we basically just like promote the shit out of their music and do that. And then like they can go on tours and they make all of the revenue from tours, and then like it's basically like a clothing company as well. So like we make a shit ton of merch, and then like we decide what charities the proceeds go to based off of what merch. And I think Mr. Beast could do that since he's very charity like oriented, because one, people are going to want to follow these artists and buy their merchandise because they'll be promoting someone, but it's also built into the system that they're promoting a charity, which I think's genius. It's just that would be not as much as a loss on Mr. Beast's part, actually. Like it wouldn't be that bad of a loss, but you're not getting as much money as like you would typically get at the prices you're going, because it's like a borderline non-profit. So I think that could happen, but I also think that Mr. Beast should totally do like a 50 song album, okay? Not have it like not him singing on it obviously, but like find a bunch of artists and do like a Little Dicky We Are the World thing. I think that's, yeah. Whereas like you get a bunch of artists, famous and non-famous artists, and you get all the producers, and it's like a very diverse album, like very all over the place. But it's so that way anyone could really pick it apart and find music that they want. And just like have it be like, this is the Mr. Beast album of this year, and it's like 50 songs, and then like half of it will go to charity or something like that. And then all the rest of it is split up like perfectly through percentages of who gets how much money. So I think that would be like a really fun thing to do. I think that'd be such a cultural like drop as well. Like think about it. Like we had like YouTube Rewind, but instead of doing it like every year, we do it like every other year or something like that. And then we could really be like, okay, what was Mr. Beast, or what was like the album of Beast or Beast album of 26? Go through it. Here are all the artists that made it, that got on it, and like all that stuff. I think that would be like a perfect thing to do. I just got a spam text from Mark K. Stupid shit. But yeah, I think That'd be so cool. If he doesn't do it, I'm gonna do it in the future. If I get to the point where I'm like, hell yeah, let's let's do this shit. Let's do some fun shit. I would love to do that. Maybe I'll get my friend to join in on it and see what he thinks. But yeah, that would be fun. But yeah, switching topics real quick to what I said earlier about like adult things. There are some things that adults like, or I'm like, I don't like this. And it's like a lot of food and drinks and stuff. Like, I was born and raised in Florida. Now, you can argue whether or not Florida's southern. I don't necessarily think it's southern. I think it's city southern, to where it's like the more north you go past Florida, the more southern it gets. And then it's like the more south you go, the more city like it gets. And so, like, I've had a lot of southern food, and like I have a lot of southern family who live in like rural areas of Florida that own like these old ass houses, and like like big family get-togethers where we all just cook and all that shit. Like, I've experienced that, but then I also experienced like city life of Florida. And so it's like you can say whatever you want, but tea is like such a big thing. I don't like it. I can't get behind tea. Like, and it's like I want to like it so bad. I want to like it so bad, but I just can't do it. Like, every time I'm at a function, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, someone's birthday, like my family, tea's always going to be there. It always is. And I'm not dissing on tea. I think you like tea, you drink tea. It's cool. I want to like tea. I really do. Every single time I see it, I'm like, okay, let me try it. Like, let's see if I like it this time. And then I'll try it and I'm like, nope. Like, unsweet tea, sweet tea, can't get behind it. Although one time though, I went to Disney with my family and my grandparents, and we were in like this cool little area for like health. It was like the healthcare or something. We were able to go in, and they had tea there, but it wasn't Southern tea. It was like something. It was like a Middle Eastern tea, because we were in Epcot, and so I'm with my grandparents. My sister and my mom went to go get like drinks and stuff. So I'm sitting there like with my grandparents just hanging out, and I want to go grab my grandmother some water, and I went up to the thing and I was like, okay, water. And then I'm like, oh, there's tea. So I got her water, and then I got like this mint tea, and it was hot, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I tried it, and I was just like, ugh. Maybe if it was colder, I would have liked it, because I like probably isn't anywhere the same, but like cucumber water. Like, I'm not against having flavored water, you know? So like, I don't know. Tea's one thing that I cannot like, and then it's like I know adults like it, and like like Southern people like it, but then it's like you also think of like the taste of beer, and it's like I don't like it. I don't, and I know adults like it, and I'm like, I know legally I'm an adult. I'm 19. I know legally like I'm an adult, and I'm nowhere near calling myself a grown ass man. I'll say it as like a joke, but I am not a grown ass man. And like, I'll try it. I'm like, ugh, disgusting, like so gross. So like, yeah, it's just like, ugh. I don't know. I wish like, yeah, there's adult things that I wish I liked, but I'm like, I'd rather just go eat my fucking mac and cheese. like all like, oh, there's all this fancy food, and like, I mean, like, I don't know, I like fried okra. I haven't had that in a while. I actually should have some okra in a while, or at some point. I don't like olives. I don't like it. I don't really like beans. I've made myself start to like beans. Same with tomatoes. Like, I was really against having tomatoes and stuff, and then like one day I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna eat tomatoes like on sandwiches and stuff. So I would go get my usual order from Chick-fil-A, and it's like a number two spicy deluxe with a large fry, large Sprite, and I'll just keep the tomato on and just eat it like with it. And I've actually come to like tomatoes like that. Like, I've started to eat more tomatoes because of it. So maybe I just got to make myself drink more tea, and I'll start to like it. But I don't know. I'm always a water guy. Like, I'm a water guy. Even since I was like very little, every time I go out to eat, I'm like, I want a water. I don't want a Coke. I don't want Sprite. I mean, if I have the option, I'll do that. Like, when I go to the Loop, like they got like the soda machine, the soda fountain, and I do this thing that one of my high school friends taught me, like sophomore, freshman year, where you get, what the hell is that? What the, what am I hearing? I'll be right back. I couldn't find what I was hearing. I thought I thought it'd be my dog, but I went to go check on him. He's laying in his usual spot. I don't know what the hell I just heard. So maybe the ghost is back. I'll save the ghost stories for another episode. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just need to try more food. Like growing up, I actually still don't know if I have a peanut allergy, but I had a deadly peanut allergy. 14 months old. My dad almost killed me because of the peanut allergy. No slack on him. Like none at all. I mean, like they didn't know. I don't think they knew I had a peanut allergy then, but I almost died at that point. But I think it was like second grade. They tested me to see if I was still allergic. They gave me a spoonful of peanut butter, and I was like, ugh. So yeah, I don't like peanut butter. I don't. And it's like a lot of people are like, you've gone your whole life without eating peanut butter. And I'm like, I've had it. I'm not missing out. I don't know why people like it so much. Like, it's not that good. I just don't like it. So, like, I've had Reese's Pieces though, but that was like seventh grade. So, like, 5, 6 years ago. Gone my whole life without eating a Crustable. I don't care. I don't really like peanut butter. So, I mean, I like Reese's. I just don't, I haven't eaten them in like 6 or 7 years, 5 or 6 years. I keep making the time longer. So like, I'm good going my life without it. I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. So yeah, that, and also like shellfish and like seafood and stuff. I don't eat seafood. The smell, I can't get past the smell. And the idea of it being like raw like that and like squishy. Like I know it's like a cultural thing where it's like some cultures when it's like this kind of slimy consistency, that's good. It's all about like the context and stuff. Like here in America, crunchy is a good thing. Like fried foods, we like the crunch of food. And then the slimy is the textural thing. We're like ew. Like ew. Like we don't like that. But then you go over to like random country like India, some country like not in America, and then it's like to them crunchy is like bad, but then slimy is like good, like that's a good consistency. Where and then crunchy you're like, oh, here's my mouth. And I was listening to Smosh Mouth or Smoshcast, whatever they call it, with Shane and Amanda. Awesome podcast. I love their videos. I kind of found Smosh all by myself at some point, but they just had the mythical kitchen from Good Mythical Morning on there. Trevor and Noah, not Noah, Josh. Trevor and Josh. Why did I say Noah? And they were talking about this of like let's say in like Africa or something like that, the food, like meat should be tough, like you should chew on it. But then here in America, we're like look at how it just falls off the bone. Like that is so, like having ribs to where you just bite into it and then it just falls off the bone is perfect. But then like over in Africa or something, they'd be like, no, you're supposed to chew, like it shouldn't fall off the bone like that. So it's like a cultural preference thing. I need to try more food like that. I've pitched to Nick to do an international food taste test on like Time to Go or like on our podcast channel, basically full on copying like Red and Links. And I'd probably openly in the first video be like, we're openly like copying this, like credit to them. best comfort. GMM's the best comfort show anyone could ever watch. I don't care. It is the best. It's like America's One Piece. You have like One Piece, and then you have Doctor Who, who's the English is like One Piece, and then you have Good Mythical Morning, which is America's like One Piece. Well, okay, also like Grey's Anatomy could be America's One Piece. I don't know. But yeah, I've pitched to him doing that. That means that I'm gonna have to like try foods from different countries and stuff. See if like my sister or my mom could like cook it for us. Cause I know my sister wants to try to cook. She wants to cook more, and she also loves Good Mythical Morning. So maybe I could have like my mom, or I could find a friend that likes to cook, and like they do it for us, and then like me and my sister or like it would be me, Nick, and my sister playing the game. Cause I know she loves them. So I don't know. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. I would love to do that. I just got to try more food. I'm really picky. I'm better at trying food. Used to be awful growing up. I think the only shellfish I've ever had is lobster bisque. And even like we were at a restaurant and like I tried it. I ate it first, not knowing what it was, and then I looked at my mom and I was like, "Hey, what is this?" And she's like, "It's lobster bisque. It has shellfish in it." And she was like, and I was like, "Oh." And then she's like, "Did you eat it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Am I gonna die? And then she's like, "Well, let's wait like 30 minutes. Let's see if you'll be fine." And I was. I didn't have any reaction to it. So I don't really think I'm allergic to shellfish. I think I just kind of choose to stay away from it because I'm like, I don't like the smell. I mean, I've lived my whole life without eating it. I can live my whole life without eating it. I've gone this far. What's the point? So, yeah. Let's see if I edit that Minecraft video and post it on the Fry Guy channel. I'll put a link to it in the description and stuff. But yeah, I think I've yapped for a good amount of time on this, actually. I didn't think it'd go this long. How long was the recording? 48 minutes. Holy shit. Is this the longest episode I've ever done? Who would have thought? I'm going to try to get more guests on this channel. I may have my dad on an episode. We just talk about shit, just hanging out. That would be a fun episode to kind of film and shoot, and I could test out the shooting area because we're planning on this being the did the air conditioning turn on? I hope that doesn't mess with my recording. But planning on this little room being the shooting area for Time to Go, like from here on out. So I don't know. Maybe I could have him on, and then we could just kind of like talk, and I could ask him some stuff I've never asked him about, like what it was like in the Air Force and stuff. I don't know, but that's ideas for a future episode. I don't know. All right, well, send this to your grandma. Send this to your friends. I know your grandma will like this video. She'll absolutely love it. I'm a dime. I'm awesome. Okay, I know she will. But yeah, no. Like, comment, subscribe. Send this to a friend. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And bye-bye.